How's it going, guys? Kevin back at you with another clipless latch video. Today's video we're going to be checking out my clipless latch for the AX24. I'm going to show you guys how it works and how to install it. Let's get into it. Alright, so much like my SCX24 latches, this one's very similar. You just hold the front wheels, pull up on the top, and it lifts up just like that. The front end is actually very similar to my other designs for the SCX24. So once you bring it down, just line it up, push down, nice and easy, goes on nice and secure. Pick it up, just pick it up the same way. And then when you rotate it in the back, you notice it just brushes against the servo. All you have to do is just push it past that point, and then it will stay in place, and that way, you can swap your batteries, work on it, whatever you need to do. And then I typically recommend just sort of hold the servo down, flip it over, and then you just wiggle it left to right. That'll help you find home on the latch, and then it's nice and secure. So super simple, just pick it up, wiggle left to right, nice and easy. And then just rotate it back. There you go. Just like that. Nice and secure. Alright, so the first thing that you're going to want to remove is the stock body post. So there's two screws on the front there. You can see that's hiding right in there. This guy, you're just going to remove the two screws. You can pull the screws out of this guy if you want as well. And then essentially, all we're going to start doing is, this is your front piece, so this is going to slide in here. And before you slide it in, you actually want to feed the servo wire through here. So once you get that through, you just set that to the side. You're essentially just going to slide this back. Make sure you get your holes lined up. Once you get the holes lined up, you can put your two screws through there. The back does have a slight tilt to it. So that one you're basically gonna push through here. So pretty similar story. Get it so that you can get the holes lined up. All right, so now we just have to tighten the 4 screws. So you can use the same 4 screws that came out there. Then I do want to add, once you start getting down to tightening these down flush, you want to slow down, and just once you start to feel it firm up just a little bit, that's when you want to stop. These are just really soft plastic threads, and it doesn't take a whole lot to have the screws hold everything in place. So once you have that in place, everything should be nice and secure, should be able to support the whole truck. So the next step here is you're gonna put this guy on. So this is actually got a groove in it, so you can actually slide this in the side, and then this is gonna do your rotation like so. So you can see just like that, that will do all your rotation. And there's a piece of double-sided tape to attach to the body. And then on the front side here, we have some double-sided tape as well, and that's gonna go on there like so. So the way that we wanna do this is we actually wanna remove this part, and we wanna apply it to the rear end first. So the easiest way, you can see where, if I have the corners here, this is actually gonna extend over the edges. You basically wanna bring it up right to where those corners meet, right about there. And that's where it's gonna sit happy on the body. So we're gonna remove the adhesive, apply it right about there, and then we can talk about the front. So this is what it should look like once it's on there. It's asymmetrical, it's symmetrical on both sides, so you can actually put it on either way. Just sort of the positioning from the back is what you want to get correct. Once you have that, you want to just push down on the back side, make sure it's nice and secure. And the next part, you're going to want to remove the backing from the front pieces here. Once that backing is removed, you can just sort of tuck this aside. You can plug this in at this point if you want. And then the way to get the body on here is to actually sort of put this over the side. And then I'll see if I can get you a good angle. I'm just going to sort of drop this in. It's a little hard to see, but then you're going to slide it over like that, and then you should be able to rotate your body. And so this is such that it takes just a little bit of effort to basically lift it up and over the servo, and that way it will stay in place. But then you can just sort of pop it up. And then so, oops, drop this guy. So I'm gonna make sure that this stays in place. So we set that down. And then when you close your body here, we do want to make sure that it is lining up front to back, because this will control how centered your body is. So once you bring it down like that, make sure everything's nice and centered. Just give it a good quick look. just gonna hold it here. So once you get that nice and centered, you just push your thumb down right there. It helps to just sort of, the first time, pick your finger up, and that will help. There we go. That will help just push back on the latch for the first time, and then we just want to pinch this with our fingers and, you know, apply this pressure to the body so that it's nice and secure. So this is basically just activating that adhesive, and then once we do that, again for this I just sort of push my finger on the servo, rotate it downwards, and then this will line up left to right, and then you can snap that in place, and then your body is nice and secure. And then to remove it, you just sort of hold against the tires, and you should be able to just sort of pull up, and it should release that latch in the front. And then you just push down, and it's nice and secure. Much easier than Velcro. You don't have to struggle to rip it off every time, and it just makes a world of difference. And then I also make sure that you get the full travel in the front and the rear, so that before you actually would hit on the servo, and this gives you just enough clearance, it hits right at the very end, and then sort of same in the front here, you've got the full travel, full compression, so it should actually give you a little bit of a performance improvement because stock actually hits in the rear on the servo relatively early, so I made sure to have clearance for that. But so with that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.